Hey guys, J-Man here, and we are back once again to talk about the Legion of Superheroes. This is episode 8 of our, I guess, 3 times a month. So 3 Mondays out of the month, we are on Legionnaire Talk. So we're chronicling every appearance of the Legion, at least every major appearance. If they're in one panel or something, then we don't, if they're just mentioned, we don't count that. But so this is episode 8. And we're doing about 3 appearances an episode. So today we're doing Superman number 156, Adventure Comics 302, and Adventure Comics 303. So I did post a poll. So if about Matter Eater Lad, who we're going to see in one of these, and so make sure you vote on that. So I put Matter Eater Lad is ... weird, lame, awesome, or okay, I guess. So right now he's at 100% awesome. So I'm glad about that. I didn't know what options to put. I just thought weird because it is weird. There's Eat Man from, I know there's a manga or anime called Eat Man where you would eat stuff and make stuff and whatever. So I'm pretty sure Matter Eater Lad predates that. So it'll be fun going through these. I'm really excited about the Superman one today. So that one's going to be a lot of fun. All right. And there is going to be a wrestling stream this week. It'll be Wednesday. And then Thursday, Sean and I are going to be doing Transformers. So we're going to try to do Transformers every Thursday if we're not at a movie. So this week we're at home, so we're able to stream. We're going to talk about Transformers, the Marvel Comics, issues number 3 and 4. I have not read them yet, so I'm going to read them this week. Spider-Man appears in issue 3, so that's going to be really crazy. That's going to be awesome to talk about. So looking forward to that. All right, so speaking of Sean, let's bring him in. Howdy.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
I'm excited for that Superman one as well.
Oh my god! Okay, no, I'm doing the Superman one. I know. You can do one of the other. I know this Superman one is awesome. I was like, oh shit, yeah. There's a lot going on, man. And I liked it.
I love how the cover's like, this is real. This is not imaginary.
We're not bullshitting around anymore. This is real. All right, so let's bring in our expert here. If I was Vincent Price, I'd say Eggspert from. I still do Egghead. Anytime there's eggs, I do egg. And my wife, eggs. Yeah, my wife rolls her eyes.
Ecstatic. Yeah.
Ecstatic. All of that. My wife rolls her eyes every time, and it just makes me want to do it more because I love that. I love that as cheese. By the way, I've now introduced gasp and choke into my regular daily dialogue, so it's part of my vocabulary now. She's trying to do what was she trying to do? What's the one from Archie? Gadzooks or whatever?
Gadzooks, yeah.
Bring
that back, man.
No, I'm not doing that. Gasp is my number one. Choke is my number two.
Choke.
Gasp.
Yeah.
Right. So anytime I enter a stream, I say gasp. I was on Mark's stream, Mark D with a C, and I was like, gasp, it's Mark D with a C. Oh my God. And then when I have to leave the stream, I say choke, I have to go. All right, so let's bring in our expert.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Gasp, choke, chuckle, sigh.
There's one page. There's one page in one of these comics where they've got ulp, gulp, choke, and gasp. But I was like, holy crap, they got
ulp and gulp, yeah.
Choke. Was on cover of one of those ECU comics that we saw back in the 90s, and a buddy of mine used to, because it was gasp. Oh my God, choke. And we would say that all the time. So we're right there with you. And one of our sayings there. And yes, agreed. 32 flavors of Nick Weiser. What's up, buddy? Matter Eater Lad is awesome.
Yes.
And weird, but weird's not out of line either. I mean,
right. You're right. All right. So before we get into it, just a quick shout out. So they're not the sponsor of this video, but I want to just give a mention to beardedshirts.com. Yes. They've got tons of Legion of Superhero shirts. Clobby has been ordering from there for a while. He got me on. And they've been they've actually been checking out the live stream. So we appreciate that a lot. They've got great stuff. And I'll show you, I'm wearing today's shirt that I'm wearing right now is from bearded shirts, and you could do different. There's all different colors, so you could pick tank top, or you could pick a red shirt or a black or purple, whatever you want. The print can go on any color. And today I did get. Oh, let's just make myself full screen. Hold on, let me do myself full screen. So there's the shirt, Pharaoh Lad, and then this is the pint glass I got for Superboy.
Nice,
Awesome.
And I can show you my new shirt as well if you want. I can show you that if you want to share.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. All right, let's take a look here. So,
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so yeah, what is this one?
This is from Tales of the Legion cover by the late, great Steve Lytle. Steve Lytle is one of my favorite Legion artists. This, of course, was after they launched Legion of Superheroes, what was called Volume 3, the Baxter format book from 1984 that ran 63 issues and ended the series. They changed the regular running book. In other words, they had this was this newsstand edition. They changed it over to quote-unquote Tales of the Legion of Superheroes while they were printing the Baxter paper comic shop's exclusive book called Legion of Superheroes. And this was one of the first covers of that Legion, with one of the early covers of that with Legion and Event. They were, for the first year of it had new stories as well. And then it started after a year, started reprinting the Baxter stories in Tales of the Legion. So anyway, convoluted, I know, but this is one of the covers because I love Lytle's Legion, and he just passed, unfortunately, a couple years ago at a very young age. But yeah, so Eddie and those guys at Bearded Shirts, they do the Lord's work when it comes to Legion fans. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome.
And this has a lot of my favorite Bronze Age lineup. Maybe unrecognizable to some people, but anyway, you'll know them eventually.
We will definitely get to them. Yeah. So again, that's beardedshirts.com. And if you guys do order anything, I think there's like a little comment section. Let them know that you saw it from my channel. I'd really appreciate that because I'm trying to get them on board. So if we can work together, that'd be really great. Because I know they've checked out the stream and they've seen, they know Sean, they know Clobberin Time, right? So it's pretty cool.
Love them.
Okay. Let's do. So let's say. Okay. So we already said, "Hey Nick, thanks for dropping in. That's awesome." Hey, Matter Eater Lad is awesome, of course. Yes. And Stephen M is here. That's great. And our our Stream Elements robot. So hey Stephen and hey Nick. All right. Let's do Superman first. 156. And I'll go through this one, and then you guys can.
Okay. Can I make a note before you do though about this one? That's important.
Yeah, go for it. And the credits and all that.
Okay. Well, the credits, of course. This issue was a one story. The whole issue, of course.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was a great Kurt Swan cover. An interior pencils by Kurt Swan and inked by usual one of his best inkers, George Klein. And this story is written by well-known science fiction writer Edmund Hamilton, who was an early days pulp writer who wrote a lot of science fiction. Who was friends with Julia Schwartz and a lot of those other big names like Ray Bradbury and Alfred Bester. Awesome. He went on to write a lot of DC comics, and soon he would become a regular scribe on the Legion. This is not yet, but soon. But this was his first story that he ever did with them. And what's notable about it is Edmund Hamilton's stories. He was a science fiction writer and a pulp writer, so you could tell the difference in tone of his stories. He later, by the way, incidentally, was also married to legendary science fiction writer Lee Brackett, who we all know from many things, including writing the original, mostly used script for The Empire Strikes Back before she passed, right around the time the movie came out. So I thought I'd point out, we're getting close to the Edmund Hamilton era. This would be his first foray into writing some Legion, even though technically it's a Superman story.
No, this is what I love. I thought this was awesome, and I'm looking up Edmund Hamilton right now, and wow, like lots of great stuff, like Weird Tales, friggin' Captain Future. That's Captain Future. Shit, he did 17.
Tales. Oh, he's done a lot. Yeah, I mean, he was around for a long time. I mean, passed in 1977, right before his, just about a year or two before his wife Lee Brackett did. But like I said, she wrote the finished script that was mostly used by George Lucas and Irvin Kershner for The Empire Strikes Back.
Wow.
So Adventure Comics, wow, he wrote a lot. So we're going to get...
Yeah, I know mostly from Adventure Comics. So
yeah, it looks like 306.
A lot of Legion.
306 and on. And then,
yeah,
I mean, there's
coming up on him.
there's sporadic one-offs where he didn't write the one, but like
Right.
we're coming up, so probably in like a couple episodes we should be on his run.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much.
We started in the golden days writing some Batman stuff, and it's Superman's written a lot of stuff. So it was prolific in comics.
Yeah, it's all DC. It looks like a couple some detective issues, Green Lantern. Action. The big ones are action adventure, Superman. He did Lois Lane. He did Jimmy Olsen. So World's Finest. So wow, real big Superman. Really big Superman writer. So that's great. Well, I loved this story. So there you go. I love both Sean and I love these pulp adventures. Like we just can't. I just had Operator 5. I would show it to you right now, but I just put it off to the side. I'm starting number 2 of Operator 5.
I'm halfway through one. Yeah.
I got you Operator 5 number 1 right. That is awesome. It's awesome. It's so awesome. Okay. So Superman number 156, not a hoax, not a dream, but real. The Last Days of Superman. And this is one time where all of this stuff on the cover actually happens in the way that they're showing it. A lot of the times, and even coming up, the one with Ultra Boy and we'll get to them. But like it's like you're like it's like that's not what happened at all. But anyway, this is basically All-Star Superman, like the first version. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like I'm reading because I loved All-Star Superman. That was probably one of the better things in the post-crisis Superman. But this was awesome. This is awesome. This is basically All-Star Superman, like original version. Okay. Yes. So let's go through it here. So we got Superman, got the cover here, The Last Days of Superman, presenting a great 3-part novel. So yeah, as you said, Clobby, this is all one story, one full length story where he's dying. So basically, we won't go too long on these, but just really quickly, there's like a shuttle, there's an astronaut, he's going to encounter this, unidentified flying object thingy. Superman's got to come rescue it. Just get through this really quickly. Yeah, okay, everything's great. Rescues it. He lands. Now here's where it starts. So it's kryptonite, and there's Kryptonian language on it as well. And he's like, okay, Jimmy, you get away from it. I gotta bury this sucker. So he literally picks up a boulder and smashes it down on the thing to like bury. I'm surprised it didn't go in the ocean because
he throws everything in the ocean. But
usually the ocean gets nailed, but this time he's buried. Man, there's so much stuff buried in the ocean and in the ground because of Superman. Like
I know.
True.
But also his destructive solution here is going to be his downfall, but whatever.
Right.
Anyway.
Right. So, which is very interesting. So, okay. So the reason he's so scared, it's kryptonite, but there's also this thing. So you see here, Virus X. So it's a contagion fatal in 30 days to any native from any native of Krypton. And it's 30 days to the exact date because like they literally are counting it down. I mean, whatever. Right.
Yeah.
So he's scared that some of it got out. So this is actually really good. Okay, so he can't get too close, but also he's scared that some of it has come out and contaminated like Jimmy and himself, right? So it's like he feels like okay, something's happening, and he thinks he got it in time, but now he's starting to feel sick. So it's like, I feel dizzy and weak and strange. So it's like, maybe some of it got to him. All right. All right. Okay. So I remember now when I was a baby on Krypton, a scientist visited my father one day. So he has super memory, which I love where they put super in front of their power because no, I'm serious. I'm not even joking. I think it's I love that it says super magnetism or whatever. Like
super ventriloquism.
Super ventriloquism.
I love
yes, me too.
Yeah, no, they're great. I also love. I just want to point out Super Baby in his color scheme.
Yes,
that's awesome. I always like this kind of Kryptonian, like Jor-El thing. I wish they would have shown this in one of the movies.
To me, it's
We used to
classic.
call it
And-
Buck Rogers or Flash Gordon Krypton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It does look like Flash Gordon. Oh man, Alex Raymond. Everyone stole from Alex Raymond. It's despicable.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Robin. and
Robin is completely stolen.
Well, on the George Reeves TV show, they actually used the costume that Buster Crab
Yes.
wore in the Buck Rogers.
Yeah.
Oh my,
I mean,
oh my
yeah,
God, I
sorry,
love
Flash
those.
In the
Gordon.
pilot episode, yeah.
Flash Gordon. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He was Buck Rogers too, though.
He did play last Buck
He
Rogers,
did.
but they used it from Flash Gordon.
From Flash Gordon, yeah.
Mm.
I ran
Like
out
Tarzan.
of my drink, and I got to go to water. Oh,
No. Pesky water.
water's for suckers. All right. Anyway, okay, so he has super memory of this virus or whatever. So they can't. He goes, you found no cure for virus X, Tharb L, and is that how you say his name, Tharb? No, I haven't. Not heat or cold or vacuum seems to be able to destroy those germs, but I'll keep trying. So Superman's pretty worried about it. We can go here. They got the doctor. I've summoned Superman's best friends, Lois Lane, Lana Lang, and Perry White. They've been waiting with me, to try anything out. Apparently, this kryptonite virus does not affect Earth people, but it's affecting Superman terribly. His pulse, respiration, strength, all that stuff. So they're, crying about it. And Superman's just like, well, I feel weak. This is it, right?
Yep.
And I've only got 1 month to live. And he's like, I've got to get away from everyone. And I've got to think this through. So he kind of flies off. This is all great here. Cause I like this, sitting and, pondering.
Yeah, on the mountaintop somewhere.
On the mountaintops and all that. And it's really cool. Nothing can save me, but I've got 30 days left. It's my last chance to help the world before my end. So this is now the next bit here is basically the All-Star Superman, which I'm positive took from this. I mean, there's no way. I don't,
yeah.
So he's like, this is the last days. I've got all this stuff that I've got to do and try to help the world and fix what I can. So he picks up the key. He's a bit weak, but he's able to get in here. These souvenirs remind me of the deeds I've done, yet they're little compared to the feats I plan to do. So, so you got the Candor, and I always hope to restore to normal size. That's the longest running. There's Mon-El in the Phantom Zone and the Bottled City here that never get to get their thing. It'll never be now. Oh man, that's crazy. But he can't go anywhere. The problem is that because this isn't like All-Star Superman where it's just that where he's dying, he can infect anybody. So he can't have Supergirl around him. He can't have Crypto around him. He can't interact with the Kandorians or whatever. He's kind of just stuck, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I love this. It's like, okay, here's all the stuff I got to do, right? He's like, okay, I've got to do this, do that. And we're going to see it. So my cousin Supergirl, she's Kryptonian too. She mustn't learn of my condition yet, or she'd insist on helping me. If she came near me, she'd catch virus X. So I'll warn her not to print anything in the, I'll warn Perry not to print the news. So they're here talking. Okay. What are we going to do? Choke. There's a choke. There's this page. Is it a page here where we get a choke, a gulp, and a? There's one. There's one where we get all three of them. It's around here somewhere. I've got all these things to do, Lois. I only want to ask you to keep this news from the world until the end, and don't tell Supergirl. I want to tell her myself. So again, he's getting really sick here. And you guys can jump in if you want to say anything.
Look how reasonable Lois is being. I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know. Actually, yeah, it's like
for a change.
It's for a change. She's Lois is really I don't know. Lana. They made Lana irritating in a different way, and Lois is irritating in a different way.
Yeah,
they're not the same. I think I'd prefer Lana.
I always preferred Lana, but I like redheads. So what can I tell you?
Me too. I like Lana.
But Lois has always been never mind.
Yeah. She's so mean. She should be a Legionnaire. There's a few mean Legionnaires coming up in today's stream here.
She's mean. They did an Astro City story in the 2000s that kind of addressed what it would really be like if someone acted like Lois in terms of a secret identity that was brilliant, that really tears the lid off of Lois Lane's tropes. But anyway.
Oh, awesome.
You should see.
All right, so he's having one of his attacks. Okay, the Virus X. So this is this Virus X. So we haven't noticed anything yet. There's a lot of hints being dropped, but we haven't pieced it together. I actually did not piece this together until they told me.
It's tightly written, which is I'm not gonna associate the other writers like Siegel and all that, but this looks like there's a little bit of care put into it.
Yeah.
And the thing that happens isn't so contrived. It seems like it would have happened, right? But anyway,
he's a professional writer who at this point had been writing for 20, 30 years or whatever, and was a writer by trade. A lot of these guys, comic book, there were artists who had to come up with their own stories and even their own dialogue, and sometimes editors would help them with dialogue, and because they weren't really writers either. This guy's a bona fide writer. I love Jerry Siegel, and he was a writer. No question about it. But I mean, this is a guy that had come up in other fields and stuff. I just, I don't know. Eben Hamilton was a really clever writer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm reading this one. I was like, oh, hell yeah, this is great. I'm going to have to try to track this one down. Sean and I are going this Sunday to Toronto Comic Con. And I've got the thing that you want me to check for, Clobby, so we'll check for that too.
I'm going to one also, but it won't be as good as yours. So I'm going to.
Yeah, ours is pure comic books only. No Funko Pops or toys or anything like that. Hey, Dad Man. Thanks.
Hey, Dad Man.
Hey, Dad Man.
Don't forget to vote on the poll. We need Matter Eater. Lad needs some love. All right.
Basically, Matter Eater Lad can eat anything. That's pretty cool, isn't it, Dad Man? I mean,
that is pretty cool. Although,
awesome,
I mean, he's like, I could just eat our way. Oh, we'll get to it. I don't want to spoil his intro. Okay, so Superman's got stuff to do. So he's gonna dig this canal. So it's like, again, building stuff and all right, digging the canal.
Yeah.
Now you got the robots come in.
I love the robots.
I do love the robots. I'm not sure why they need capes. It would have been, but it's just cool that they have them.
To pass as Superman.
Yeah, to pass as Superman.
Yeah.
I want to be able to eat anything and not gain weight. That's the power. That's the Matter Eater Lad version I want.
He eats anything. I mean, it doesn't matter how tough it is or how whatever. He could just consume anything. So.
Yep. We received your ventriloquistic signal. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure. Robots, I'm dying. You must build me a lead glass isolation booth so my disease won't affect Supergirl. And then boom, here they go. They built that up.
And now Jimmy has to stay in here for eternity as well.
Jimmy's got to be in there too because of his shenanigans, and he's infected too. This is all before the vid. So this is
poor Jimmy. I mean, I hope he's feeding Jimmy.
He's already been in close contact with Lois and Perry White. So,
but then it says it doesn't affect the humans.
But if Jimmy doesn't,
the virus doesn't. But then, if they have it and then they talk to Supergirl,
right?
Get so I don't them, right? But
yeah, I don't. I guess they're saying it doesn't transfer.
It doesn't transfer to other humans from a human,
right?
Yeah.
So Jimmy can transfer to a Kryptonian, but not to another human.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, whatever, right?
Is he going to have established toilet facilities and?
I literally thought that too.
Stuff?
I'm like, where is he going to use the bathroom? Okay, so it's okay, thanks, robots. Now use that giant shovel to build the canals. We can't. It's like, what? It's like a sudden sunspot activity is creating electromagnetic disturbances which will short circuit our motors very shortly. We must fly back to the fortress before it's too late. Okay, what the hell? You guys, So
that's very sciencey, though.
That is science. Yeah. What irony? Yeah, I know. We picked up on that, Superman. We did pick up on that. So now Supergirl shows up. And she's like, "What's wrong? You look queer." Oh, it's like the
looks strange. That's
looks strange. Yeah. Careful.
Yeah.
That strange
Okay.
booth
and
around
that
you.
queer booth around you.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's like the lead glass booth is germ proof to protect you from the virus X that is killing me. Like the virus may have contaminated Jimmy, and while it can't hurt him, he doesn't want to pass it on to you. So he could go home, I suppose. But
As someone, this is random, but as someone who watched as a kid, my cousin would watch. One of my cousins that babysat me used to watch Days of Our Lives, and they had Virus X in that all the time. There's always some Virus X that's like infecting somebody, man. Anyway.
Yeah, perfect.
So he's got this note here for her to go do stuff. So she gets crypto. And it's like, okay, hurry to Atlantis. Okay. Contact Lori. Okay. She'll read your mind and realize that Superman needs our help before he dies. So now they've
accepted it that he's going to die.
They've all accepted it. There is a couple of nice things. I mean, yeah, this still has the why don't you just call everybody syndrome of these comics. Like,
yeah.
But I mean, what are you going to do? Yeah. He does go to visit somebody, which is
no, it's pretty much everyone of this time, I think, right? Like when we get into it, like it's pretty much almost everybody.
He does get a lot of. I mean, we know with spoilers they're going to get the Legion, obviously, because we're reviewing this.
Yeah, so but Batman and Robin show up, and like Atlantis is involved, and yeah.
So okay, so in the Fortress of Solitude, so emergency squad of Kandor Superman is dying and needs us. Yeah, okay. We have Kandor coming at once.
Yes.
I like the emergency squad.
Yeah, they're cool. And then she goes. You remember how they used to have an entire panel devoted to this segment?
Yeah, it's just kind of in the side here. It's like here's the time, and
here they are.
That's awesome. I like that.
Yep. You bring terrible news, Supergirl, but we've already seen this, and Superman survives. No, never mind. No, we have.
Our turn viewing device isn't working today, like every day. So
that's the most unreliable piece of technology of all time.
Oh my god!
It's made by Xerox or something. Anyway.
Ooh. Once we get into the 30th century, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Thank you to Xerox, our sponsor. I mustn't cry. There's no time.
I had to fix a paper jam today, so I'm mad. Anyway,
I don't print anything at work. I don't use paper.
I had to, and it just why you anyways? It's 2023. How are there paper jams anyway?
I don't.
Damn.
I don't know. I had a different tech issue today. I was in the office for 15 minutes and then came back home and worked from home. So I drove there for nothing. All right. So both me and Supergirl cried today. So that's how bad that was. So to be continued.
Jerry the
Litterbug. Like, all right.
I want to point out too, and we're gonna see it. Like Supergirl's taking care of business again. It's like she's like all business. She's awesome here, man.
Yep.
Doing it all.
She's got the Legion. She's got the emergency squad from Kandor. Taking care of business.
Yeah, she's got Legion, the Bubble, got the Kandorians or whatever, Kandorian demons. No. Look at Supergirl leading a parade of super beings. What are they up to? And where's the greatest hero of them all? Superman. And while you're eating your big dinner here, like there's like shit going down. You're just like hanging out on the side here on the terrace. All right.
Rich people on their terrace there. Yeah.
So Superman's here. I know she'll try, but they're too big even for Supergirl. If only I could regain my strength. So Supergirl's gonna TCB, take care of business.
Yeah.
And get all of that stuff done. Guagnar's here. Thank you so much.
Hey, Guagnar.
What's up, buddy?
PC load letter. What the? Oh gosh, no, we're not going. I print physical copies and reports so I can review them. Yeah, no, I can't. I despise paper. I have not. My entire cubicle at work is filled with superhero pictures. Like I have nothing work related at all at my desk. Hey, Mark. How's it going, man?
Hey. Oh, you know that's for Legion of Comics. Cool.
There you go. Yes, that's Mark. And I've been. Have I been?
Yes.
I think I've been on his channel. No, maybe I. Well, he's been. We meet up on Chris's channel on Wednesdays for the New Comic Book Day hangout.
He's right. They mentioned on Peacemaker, they had a mention of Moderator Lad.
Yes.
Peacemaker said, I teamed up with Moderator Lad. He said he ate a Wendy's. You guys ate it? No, he ate the whole Wendy's.
It's okay. You only missed about half an hour. The first 15 minutes was chatting about random stuff, so it wasn't too. Well, you didn't miss anything. We're getting right. The Legion's just about to appear. So Supergirl's TCBing, taking care of business. So Superman had a list of stuff. It's like All-Star Superman. He had a list of stuff that he needed to get done. She's doing it. So now we got basically the montage. We need a montage.
Yep, love it. I love Laura Lamaris. I love her. I love Crypto.
Yes,
hanging out with her. The Mercy Squad at business.
They got the squad.
And yay, Legion.
And here's the Legion now. So so here's the big thing. Everyone is on a mission doing the last things that Superman's requested before he dies. But Brainiac 5 is not joining in.
He's holding out.
Busy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Brainiac, what are you up to?
What is Brainiac up to? I'm busy, Biatch. Leave me alone.
Yeah, leave me alone. She's like, but why won't you come with us to help, Brainiac 5?
I've got other things to do.
I'll explain later.
Yeah, I'll explain later, Supergirl. There's something why can't you just be like, I'm working on a cure?
Yeah. Well, it's not as dramatic, J-Man.
True.
Yeah.
You have to leave that.
It's got to be choke. I can't. I have to
choke.
Oh my God! I love it. All right. So when the other superheroes have sped away, Brainiac 5 sets feverishly to work. My laboratory is set up now to get the materials I need. With Superman stricken, this is the greatest chance of my lifetime. So Brainiac feels guilty because of his great whatever.
You're giving it away.
Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh.
No, but like it looks like if you just read that, it looks like he's up to no good, right?
Oh yes.
So yeah.
You never know.
Brainiac, you bastard.
Because he's still relatively new as a character, and most Superman readers know about evil Brainiac. Is he gonna? This is it. Is he a turncoat?
And he hasn't done much up to this point.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
And Edmund is shrewd that way.
Yeah.
So these are great tasks that must be done for the future of Earth. We can. So she's got the whole gang here. And now they start doing everything that they needed to do here. So it's like they had to dig these canals. I think my favorite one is Cosmic Boy, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So she's still kind of thinking, hey, Brainiac, what's the deal with him? I can't remember. Do they like it? Does she like Brainiac 5 here or no? Not really. I guess they haven't addressed that.
We read a story where like she kind of takes a liking to him.
Yeah.
He's sort of like coming on. Yeah.
It's not.
That was a while ago though. Yeah.
But they haven't really started anything yet.
No. Okay. Okay, so that's fine. So she's like, Superman was right. In the far future times, this planet would hit Earth. So, perhaps I can make it hit something else. It's like, so basically Superman has calculated all these things that are going to happen to the Earth that he would have prevented had he been around, but he's not. So he has to preemptively try to stop all this stuff. So he sent everyone on different missions, and Supergirl's doing some heavy lifting in this comic. She's awesome. And this really debunks it's just, she's just like a whatever character. It's like, I mean, she's doing unique things that it's not just like, she's just there. Like, I don't know. I think
she's leading the world too. Like she's leading all these other characters.
Yeah, yeah.
She's the big project manager of this whole thing. So yeah.
Yeah. I've been over here. Yeah. And with all the chokes in these comics, I sure hope someone knows space. I don't think you could do it to Supergirl. You'd be like, it's like she wouldn't feel anything.
Yeah.
So this planet's going to hit Earth at some point. So she basically, I'm slowly, so she's deflecting the friggin' course of like a planet or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Like, this is awesome.
Silver Age, you can do that.
Yeah, I like it better.
You can get
You
away
know
with
why?
that.
Because you have to be more creative with your thinking, like with your stories.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
like
think
that the panel only shows the planet blow up. There's no narration or anything. It's just the art of it, right? That's cool.
Yes. Great job as always on this issue by, again, as the aforementioned Mr. Swan and Klein.
Yep.
Yeah. And if someone wants to piss me off instantaneously, they can tell me Superman's too powerful. That instantaneously pisses me right off.
Yeah.
Same here.
That's my red flag.
But Hulk is A-okay. It's like it's
Hulk's
such a
not
double
overpowered.
standard. Like Hulk can like there's World Breaker Hulk where he can like stomp his feet and like destroy the Eastern Seaboard or whatever.
Right.
It's like, okay, but like I get it's comic books, but if you want to throw logic into it and bring Superman into it and say that Superman's too overpowered, then what the hell is this? You know, if the feet are like this big, how would it? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's why I don't like realism in my comics very much. I mean, you could have verisimilitude and you can have certain things that work and don't, but I love it. I can't, J-Man, dude, since before your sun burned hot in space and before your race was born, I've hated that phrase. He's too powerful. It is. I'm glad we're on the same page on that one, buddy, because it has driven me insane. If you want to depower him, you know, at least find a good reason, a way to do it, a reason to do it. I hate when they do that, though. And that, of course, the biggest offender against that was Mr. Byrne. Sorry.
Yes, I'm not saying
depowering him to make him more manageable or whatever. It's like
he whined about him because he's pushed planets around. That's too much. Well, you know.
Yeah, why not? Why can't he push planets around? All right, so Supergirl friggin' is awesome here, and he literally, like, you could see the explosions. Like, wow, she did it. Okay, so anyways, but there's still other stuff. This is bloody awesome. Okay, so they're getting all this. So this is the Kandorians. I don't know. I keep wanting to say Kandorian demon from Evil Dead. So these are the Kandorians, and they've got these. I guess it's like what is it, like iron ore or lead or whatever? It's just like some sort of like metal blocks, like, and they make this like pyramid of iron. So it's just like they just pile them all up, and then Cosmic Boy. This is just the damn best. Cosmic Boy literally uses his super magnetism and sweeps them all up and makes a ring of them around the Earth.
They're getting some power now, these Legionnaires.
Wow, that is awesome.
This is this issue is a milestone, really, for the Legion in a sense. It's Eben Hamilton pulling out a lot of the potential we haven't seen yet.
Right,
in my opinion.
Yeah, like this is crazy. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
Yeah, it looks like he saw, like, they can save the world and do all this big stuff. Most of what we've seen so far is just like, you know, happenstance and like misadventures.
Very minimalist. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's like, guys, you could do a whole thing with these guys.
It's not even a Legion story; it's a Superman story, but yet the Legion is almost a breakout for them in a sense.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, all these, because it was all shenanigans. Like, it was all like, oh, we played a trick on you for your birthday. Or like, oh, what is this shit?
Yeah. Guys, you have powers. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, when's the Legion of Superheroes going to do superhero stuff? Well, right now.
Right now.
But this one is one of the first really times when you get to see them being a Legion of Superheroes. And again, it's not even a Legion story, really.
No.
Yeah. This is a great issue. I'm definitely going to track. I'm going to see if I can track this sucker down on Sunday. Yeah. Anyways, so they're moving right. Okay, so we missed. Okay, so so that he's super magnetisming it to make it like rings of Saturn. The ring must now move out into space towards the fungus cloud. So there's this cloud of fungus that's coming, that's going to interact with Earth. So Superman. This is something that Superman would have solved, but he's dying, so he has to do it. So now I guess the guy the ringed weapon goes to work. It's working. It intercepts the deadly fungus and destroys it by its electrical charge. I guess that's how
I guess.
you beat that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm cool with that. I don't know any different, so
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're basically got a day left or two.
Right.
And there's problems with Antarctica. They need to start getting it, like, I guess, melted down or getting it ready for people to live on. So this is a little. I mean, this one probably didn't age well.
No, Hamilton didn't really figure out that like you'd probably drown the Earth if you did that. But
Yeah, this is the only one that didn't age well. Like, I mean, you don't know what the rings would do to a fungus. Like, would that work? Sure, why not? I don't know.
No, it kind of makes sense. But here it's like, well,
this one is weird.
Wouldn't
I mean,
flood New York and stuff? Anyway, I get the idea, but
well, this is the most useful Sunboy's been ever.
Yes, yeah.
For Christ's sakes, it's like, buddy, do something. All right. So
now, this is kind of funny with Lois. Like, you know, she's just standing there the whole time, and they just let her like collapse of, I guess, dehydration and malnutrition or what have you. And it's like, okay, sure, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's pretty funny.
It is funny. Okay, as the sun sets in ominous red splendor tomorrow.
I do like you said Kurt Swan, right?
George Klein.
Yeah, I like how he depicts like a dying Superman. Like you really get that sense. Like you get the pain in his face and the weakened Superman here. The expression there. It's really good. Really well done.
Indeed.
Yeah, Kurt Swan's the man. I think he's probably just he's probably just the best.
Superman artist. He's my favorite.
Yeah, you hate to go against the original, but like, I mean, what are you gonna do? Kurt Swan did it for like 30-something years or whatever. So it's like, that is Superman.
Artist in comic book history.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, that is Superman. Like, it's not like, oh, he draws Superman. It's like, no, that is Superman. Like,
yeah.
A lot of people could have grown up. People could have grown up, got out of comics, and they only knew Kurt Swan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Potentially. Like, if you started reading comics when you were like, I don't know, 8 or something, and then you're 38, right? And you're like, I mean, you would have stopped. That Kurt Swan would have been the only one you've ever known, really.
Indeed. Well, he was my
Yeah, right. So, anyways, okay. So, where are we going? I've lost track of what we're doing. Oh, she goes back to Brainiac. And basically, like, dude, like, what the hell? Like, like, what the shit's going on here? And he's like, Supergirl, I'll tell you the truth. I've been laboring all this time trying to find a cure for Virus X. I've been concentrating all my scientific ability on the problem day and night. So now he's saying, oh, I always felt bad that Brainiac was a villain. He's my ancestor, and I just felt bad. So he goes, and she's like, oh, you found a cure? And she actually looks happy. She's like, oh my God, you found? He's like, no, I failed. Now, I actually did think that Brainiac would find a cure here.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I did not like.
It's like, how are they going to get out of this? Like,
no.
Yeah.
It's legit. I did not know. Like, when they explained it, I did not guess it till they explained it. So I was like, oh, maybe Brainiac will find a cure.
Yeah.
So good writing. Yeah. No, he failed. It's like, oh shit, you failed. It's like, that's crazy.
Like, now what? Yeah.
Now what? Right. Well, that's why you got to get to friggin' part. That's the end of part 2.
3. Yeah.
Part 3. Don't worry, it's only a few pages. I guess for kids flipping those pages, you'd be like, oh shit, I got to get to that part 3. All right. So back to Superman's last day of life, which is right here. So now they're all sitting here. There's something we haven't noticed, but it's over here anyways. The spoilers. All right, so we got the helicopter, we got Jimmy. Superman must have wandered off somewhere, but there's no sign of him. I don't even know where Supergirl and the others are. I'll get word to them that Superman is missing. So they're back in they're back in Antarctica right now. And now we got, I guess, is this ways? These are the robots.
Yes,
right?
Robots in the foreground, yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got the Kandorian little guys down here. And then you've got everybody else Legion here. And they've created this ball, which is going to basically be like a mini sun. I don't know how else to explain it. So Sunboy finally is able to do something. Oh, Sunboy's being useful. He must have missed this. Yeah. yeah, he's definitely doing something here.
Well, to be fair, at this point, none of them had really been that useful yet. They've always been kind of silly Archie type stories.
Yeah.
Archie, Cosmic Boy's the man in this one. Like he like super graduated here. Like, okay, so Sunboy is igniting this thing, and he actually made.
I like how Invisible Kid is invisible for no reason.
Yeah. Okay. So Invisible Kid's he's been invisible this entire time from showing up. It's like you can be visible. Like,
yeah, Lyle, come on, Lyle. Are you shy or what?
They're like, where's that Invisible Kid? Where's Invisible Kid?
He doesn't want to volunteer for anything. It's like,
we need volunteers for the giant space creature. Zoom.
I'm kind of embarrassed that my powers are useless here, so I'll just stay invisible. I don't want to be embarrassed.
It's like when you go to a meeting and it's like, we're going to go around the room, introduce yourself. It's like, you don't want to be there, right? So
I just did it today.
Yeah, I know.
I just did it today.
We still do. We have to team up with other teams around the world. It's like, oh, God. I'm shocked. Anyway.
I had to do it last week as well. And I was trying to come up with like sillier things to say on these. Like, it's like, I own 10,000 Superman comics. Like, okay, what does that have to do with anything? It has nothing to do with anything, but I'm telling you, I'm
J-Man on YouTube. Anyway,
I do say, my buddy says, he goes, why don't you put at JMan77? He goes, then they'll subscribe to
Yeah, you gotta plug your freaking YouTube channel, man. God.
Hello, I'm
international teams. Like,
we actually had the stickers. We actually had the hello stickers. Hello, my name is at JMan77. That's great. All right, so they make a mini sun here. Now we've got I don't know, is this a guy? I don't know who this is.
It's just a dude that reports to Queen Lori. I guess Lori Lomari. But
so he's just a generic merman guy. He's not anybody that we know.
He's like, we can't hold up our end. You gotta help us.
Right. So there's
I don't know.
You'll see what happens in a minute here. Now before we get to that, I like this. This reminds me of the David Tennant, the last David Tennant story where he goes back to meet to go. Yeah, where he goes back to meet everybody.
Right.
I may or may not have cried during that. I'm not going to admit whether I did or didn't.
I have a lot of issues with that episode, but I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yes, but it was very well. At least the emotional part of it was nice.
Sure. Yeah. Love David Tennant.
And yes,
but this is a lot like that. Now that you mention it, maybe
Yeah. So look at the. Okay, so Sean mentioned this earlier. Look how awesome this picture is.
Yeah.
Oh my God, isn't that great?
Beautiful. You don't wring emotion out of these figures. So and I don't really see that. Well, you don't really see it now, but even when I was a kid, I didn't really see that often. And Kurt Swan was a real master at doing that. So.
Yeah, and I love how he goes to see his best friend Batman. You have no idea how traumatized I was by the 80s when everybody started making Batman and Superman enemies, and I was just pissed off so much. It aggravated me. It made me sick. I don't know. Miller made it the worse.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And they are best friends. And over years, they were always made enemies by idiots who whined about how they're supposed to be so different. I mean, their differences have nothing to do with their friendship. And they're not that different anyway. And I hated this. They're best friends, Jack. I mean, I used to scream at people about it. Not scream literally, but I really get frustrated with idiots like Miller and other people who have made them bad guys. I made them adversaries. And treat each other like crap, or Batman treating them like crap. I hate it. They're friends. They're best friends.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Listen, the best line from Batman and Robin is where he says, "This is why Superman works alone."
The only good line in the whole movie.
That was so funny.
I know the wedding in the comics was a gimmick and all that stuff, but I did like in the wedding issue where Bruce Wayne and I think it's like Batman and Superman are like talking and he's doing a gut check, like you feel good and all that stuff, and he goes, Lois Lane was looking for an apartment but she couldn't afford it. Don't worry, buddy, I got you, right? And then he bought it for them. I thought that was awesome. That was because at that point, to your point, Floppy, been depicting them as adversaries a lot in the comics as it was a fun thing to do. And I was like, but they're friends. So I like that they had a nod there that they are best friends, right? So anyway.
But most people think they are friends. Okay, when that hyper garbage BVS came out, most people
confused. Yeah.
No, they were like everybody. Everyone came through like, wait, why are they fighting? I was like, I can't get into it, guys. I'm like, it's a Dark Knight Returns thing. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I was like, don't worry about it. They're really friends. They're gonna fight and then they'll team up at the end. And most people didn't watch that movie anyways, or they couldn't sit through it because it's too long anyways. So
I worked at a big place at that time, and these people always just come and ask me about geek questions about different movies and stuff like that. And so the months leading up to that, to be Bull versus Shite, I had people coming up to me. They were starting to see the ads, and they're just Joe Pub. They don't know about that stuff like geeks. Right. Just, hey, dude, why are they? What do you mean Batman versus Superman? What is that supposed to mean? Why are they five? Aren't they supposed to be friends? And they say, yeah, but they have an idiot director. It's hard to explain. As morons are making the movie. Yes, they're friends. Disregard it and don't go see that trash.
Yeah. I pretty much said, I can't explain this. Just don't leave it.
And I got those questions too. And I think you're right, J-Man, Clobby. It's like when the primary question from people at work and stuff is why are they fighting?
Why?
Then you failed from the get-go. It's like, why do you even make this movie? Like what that? It's like you don't know your audience. Like the general public doesn't understand what you're doing. So
if you called it World's Finest and then you had them having some conflict with each other, that would be different.
Sure.
Yeah,
or Batman and Superman or something like that. Yes. But when you have it versus, you put that, you killed your own box office.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, nobody understood it. So, fail Zach. Okay. So he goes back, remembers the women and all that, and he's like, the hotties, and he visits Batman. This is awesome, man. This is so awesome.
When he wrote on the moon, I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, this is like there's no reason to do this, but it's kind of cool. So he literally burns a message to the Earthlings, and it's like, when the clouds clear, they'll be able to see this. And he basically gave up his identity and just to say, thanks everybody, and you guys are great. So okay, he comes back. Now he felt a little bit better. So there's a little bit of a clue that we'd had. He felt slightly better, but then he came back and he's feeling sick again. So there's something. Mm-hmm. Meantime, Supergirl is actually doing more heavy lifting by helping the Atlanteans, I guess.
Yeah.
Fight this awesome creature, man.
They can't fight this giant dog crab thing. So
it's mutated or whatever.
Yeah, so they got Supergirl to come help them.
Yeah, and she injects it with see, she's holding this giant syringe so she can inject it.
Yeah.
And that was that. Choke, there you go, choke. He's dying, choke. The very last thoughts turn back to Krypton, to my parents, to all there that perished. And Brainiac 5 usage research could prove that nothing on Earth could cure the virus, but maybe something on Krypton.
Yeah.
And then Supergirl goes back through time. Supergirl does not rest.
No.
She is like, I will try everything. I will go forward in time, backward in time.
Yeah.
So she goes back. I mean, this is just it's bonkers, but I love it.
It is.
She comes back
to Krypton, by the way. She didn't just travel in time on Earth. I mean,
right.
It goes back to Krypton, which has been done before. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I won't. Maybe I'll ask this question, but we'll just yada yada. How does she have powers enough to go back in time from Krypton? Because it's a red sun
trip. Yeah, that's no. You got it.
If she lands on Krypton, she'll lose her powers and can't go back.
Yeah,
right.
Anyway, she does.
They don't explain it, and it has been done before. But you're right, she wouldn't have the powers. I totally forget that. Unless it takes a while for them to dissipate, I don't buy into that either, though.
I'll buy that.
Yeah, that makes sense. You solved it. I'm with that totally makes sense.
She still has the yellow sun on her, kind of thing, and then,
she's absorbed enough.
She absorbed it long
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. There you go. Explain.
That's total.
Woo.
But they should have said that though.
Right.
Well-
Well, we're saying it. We're helping them
Say
out.
it for them because we like
Yeah.
Edmund. So, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. So she shows up and eavesdrops. I mean, whatever. So it's like, I shall use. Okay. So basically, then there's no hope of a cure for virus X. No hope at all.
Then
The
he
only
goes, "Oh,
thing
wait a
that will
minute."
destroy virus X is the element 202. But that itself is fatal to any human being. I shall use it to destroy this sample of virus X and give up this hopeless search. Wait, what? Gasp.
And then they're like, "Oop, yeah." But he's like, "Wait a minute! I know we're forgetting something here. If it's this virus X sample is in that chest using element 202, if he killed that virus, how could I catch it?" Bum, bum, bum.
Oh my God.
So they alluded in the we kind of glossed over this somewhere, but they mentioned that they hadn't been able to contact Monel up to this point.
Oh
Right.
shit, yeah. They were trying
Yeah,
to get
because
Monel.
something
Yeah.
was wrong with Saturn Girl or something like that. Like Saturn Girl and Lori Lamari can contact people telepathically, and there's something
Yes.
they couldn't for whatever reason. They explained it. I can't remember what they said. So now he's finally like, guys, like, can I get a word in here? So
Hold on, Quagnar. Yeah. So basically, this was a virus that kills Kryptonians in about
That's what I
30
was thinking.
days.
They
And
could-
I
yeah.
don't know if even if in the Phantom Zone, it would. It
I
might
think it should have
still.
been able to. That's what I was thinking, Wag. But
yeah,
maybe not.
But yes, they did
If it could
mention
have-
Monel.
It's a virus. I guess that's a little bit different from what Monel has. I guess I don't know, but no,
I don't
yeah,
know.
believe me, I thought about that as well.
yeah.
I think
well.
the weakness to lead, because they're separating him from the lead, but he's absorbed too much of it.
Right.
Maybe
Lead
I don't know.
poisoning
It's a
had
bit
too much of it.
wonky.
That's true. Yeah, but I got you. I don't think it would have mattered.
Yeah.
All right, so basically, she's able to finally contact Monel. Yeah, so something had happened earlier. I don't know where. There's a lot going on in this issue. I didn't
How
want it
does
to take
Monel
up too
know this,
long.
by the way?
Because I was like, we're trying to do 3 every stream, and I didn't want one. I didn't want this one to be like the entire stream because it could have been. But I'm Monel, Superman's friend in the Phantom Zone. I have observed this tragedy from the beginning, but because you were all engrossed with your super tasks, I could make no mental contact. Okay, so that's why. No, they didn't mention it before. I think he just couldn't get through. It's not Virus X that's killing Superman, but a nugget of green kryptonite. And now we got a flashback to where Superman threw a boulder on the thing that was containing the virus, which actually was kryptonite itself. And a few chunks, like a chunk broke off and got lodged in Jimmy's camera. And every time he got close to Jimmy, that was weakening him. That's what it was. So there was a time where they were separated, and then he started to feel okay. But then as soon as he came back, Superman rationalized this by saying, well, it was like, kind of like the last strength, my last will, and my will gave me some strength to go visit my friends and stuff. But it was just because he was away from the kryptonite. So Monel saves the day, kind of.
Yeah. Ooh. Weird how you could just watch everything going on with Soup, so that's cool.
Yeah, that is weird.
You go to him. You need somebody to be able to contact Monel, so I guess he can't it's not like he could cheat and call Monel every time because something's going on. But
right.
That's fine.
And Monel's watching. It's like, hey, I see you and Lana. It's like,
yeah,
what's going on? Anyway, so they're like, okay. Well, he goes, oh shit, I left a goodbye message on the moon.
Go wipe my name off of that.
We got to go erase it. So he's still a bit weak. So the Supergirl and Crypto erase his.
It's awesome.
His message, which is pretty funny. All right, guys. See you later. Thanks. It's like Lana and I have been thinking, Superman, that mysterious mission Clark Kent went away on for you when you were sick is a little suspicious. So Clark Kent hasn't been around, and he said, "Oh, I gave Clark a special mission to do during this time or whatever."
Yeah.
But we'll forget it. It's like, oh, okay. We'll forget it. Okay. I'll forget it too. It's like, all right. It's like, well, that's something to be thankful for as long as it lasts. I feel that's like a classic Star Trek. Have a little chuckle at the ending where they have to say something funny at the end or whatever, and have a little bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
It's like I'll forget too. Ha ha ha. It's like ding, credits come up or whatever.
So I guess they threw their kryptonite into the ocean. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
What they did with it.
The ocean of kryptonite. Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to do the Superboy builds weird stuff chronology, so I'm putting it all down. But then someone needs to go through and see how many things have been thrown into the ocean and how many things. That would be a lifelong task if you tried to go to every comic every time Superman or Superboy threw something in the ocean.
Yes.
It's like I challenge someone out there to do it. Go through every comic and see all the shit that Superman has thrown into the ocean.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next up is Adventure Comics 302. So who wants to guide us through that one?
Go for it, Sean.
Okay, I'll do that one then.
Hold on a second. Let me get it up here. And Phantom Outsiders here. So thank you so much for popping in.
Basically, you have your credits is another great cover by Kurt Swan and George Klein. But your Legion story, even though the front story is actually by the great team of Hamilton, Swan, and Klein. Again, that's a Superboy story, which is cool. But the backup story, Sean, is of course Legion of Superheroes, Sunboy has Lost Powers by Jerry Siegel and John Forte, who are still doing the Legion stuff right now with Mark Weisinger editing, sir. Go for it.
So hold on, before you start, I wanted to point this out because I had said earlier the cover of the last issue we did actually happens. This is completely a lie. Like, or the way that they make it seem.
It happens, but they're misrepresenting it.
They're misrepresenting it. So I was reading this with my wife. My wife reads manga. Like, we sit next to each other, and she reads manga on her iPad, and I read this on my iPad. Yeah. So I was like showing her, like, okay, watch this cover. I said, what do you think's happening here? Like, and then I'll explain to you what actually happens. It's like completely. It's one of your Clobby. It's one of your things where you're like, oh, it's
nothing, nowhere near the cover.
Right, it's got to be like, it's got to be like a big shocking thing, like, oh my god, they're killing him or whatever.
Yes, it's Mort Weisinger at his Mort Weisinger or whatever.
What can we call that? Morticized.
It's very morticized. Yes, it's very Superman is a.
It's a morticized cover. Yeah,
it's all shocking and stuff, but even though it's the backup story, it's the cover, which is fun. It's not like the featured tale, right? So
right.
All right. So here we go.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Clobby. I think this is the first Legion story cover because 2 issues ago, there was just like a highlight of the Legion around the cover and everything. This is like it's a Legion story on the cover. I don't know if that's the first time that's happened up to this point.
On the cover of 300, but other than that, I think you would be correct, sir.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. In 300, they're just posing and stuff. It's not really the story itself, but
good point. They actually get to be on the cover.
Yeah, and it's like, guys, there's a Legion thing in this, so now they're being used as a selling point. So that's cool.
Yeah. And Sean, can you read us this guy? This guy's dialogue here is some of the most hilarious. Like, nobody ever in the history of the universe would ever say this entire thing or whatever. It's so great.
What, the bad guy?
Yeah, you got to read his thing out.
Like, haha, look at Sunboy running and dodging like a cornered rat. Once his body could generate the tremendous heat of a star. But now that he's lost his sun power ability, when is he saying all of this?
What is this?
He's vulnerable to the menace of this fire missile weapon. They got from like Contra or something. I don't know.
Thank you, Captain Exposition. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like how slow are these bullets that he's able to say this? Like,
right? Like what? Like, wouldn't it just be like? Wouldn't it be like it's like, hey guys, he's lost his powers. I'm gonna nail him. That's it. Like
blast
just say
him.
Blast him.
Look at Sunboy. Like anyway. Okay, so the Legion is going to a ceremony where they're going to unveil the first of a series of statues in their honor, right? And they're like, oh my god, like what's the first statue going to be? Well, this is a Sunboy story. So it's Sunboy in full color, and And
Like that's
but-
the worst. Wouldn't you pick Cosmic Boy then or something for
I
Christ's
would.
sake?
No.
He's not a founder.
Like it's Sun Boy, and you know, if I was the three of them, I'd be like, can we get a recount here? Like, what is
What's
Yeah.
this?
this deal?
Yeah.
Why Sun Boy?
But they're thrilled and they're happy and stuff. Gulp, I'm thrilled.
Gulp.
So anyways, the thing starts falling onto the audience, and Sunboy in his infinite wisdom is like, let me melt this down so that when it falls on the audience, they'll be seared by molten metal. No, that's not what happens. He melts it, and it somehow dissipates before it goes on the audience somehow. I don't know.
Why didn't Cosmic Boy just stop it?
I know, he's right there. It's they make
I
a
don't
point that
know.
it's metal. So I don't know. So anyways, they're gonna take months to rebuild another statue. But lives are saved, so that's what matters. And anyways, Sunboy realizes he can't light up right now for some reason, and he's stunned. And they're like, "Well, what the hell, right?" It's like I gained my superpowers years ago when I was locked accidentally inside an atomic reactor. Rather than get cancer, the atomic bombardment transformed me into a human beacon of blazing light and heat. So, anyways, he wants to do this again, and Saturn Girl's like, "No, you were lucky the first time." It's like you might get killed this time, and so he tries to do it, and it doesn't work. He tries to do it another way, going to a volcano. That doesn't work. So, anyways, he chokes. Choke. There you go.
Hey, hold on. This could have
Showtime.
maybe this happened.
That's probably what happened. I don't think they explained why it tipped over.
I
Cosmic
don't-
Boy's like he just moves
could
his feet
have.
a little bit. Like
Could be.
Yeah, the statue's supports are collapsing.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I maybe they don't mention anything later, but so this one dude presents the. I thought of the boys when I saw this. Like, so this one guy presents them
shit.
with a prize, like like a for his gratitude. He's presenting a bunch of like insects. I just thought of like Homelander getting upset and just destroying all the insects, but anyway, because it's like, what the hell kind of a thing is it anyway?
who wants bugs? Like I want to take care of these bugs now. Like
There's some firebugs in there, and Sunboy, without thinking, lights the guy's lighter or whatever, and he realizes, hey, I got some of my powers here, but that goes away like quickly, and he's all dejected and stuff. Only for an instant when I momentarily forgot I lost the power. Anyway, so Superboy flies in, and Cosmic Boy looks. He kind of sounds upset here. He's like, "Sit down, Superboy. You too, Ultra Boy, Bouncing Boy, and other late arrivals. The
No,
meeting will
hold
now
on.
come to order."
Yeah, late asses.
my favorite my favorite panel of all three comics today is right here. Hello, fellow Legionnaires. I just arrived from out of the
Flying
past. Like, okay, I'm sorry. Did we call
Yes.
you? Like, what is
Yeah.
happening here?
Flying
Like,
here. He's got to tell him I'm flying from out of the past. Just in case you didn't know that I was not from your time period.
Yeah.
Hi, Sean. I'm here at your house from my house located in,
Yes.
whatever, Toronto, Ontario. How are you? Like, okay,
Let's make
what is
sure.
this?
Sit down, J-Man. You too,
Sit
Steve.
down.
You latecomers.
I like the
Jesus
way they
Christ,
treated
there's
Sunboy when
traffic. What do you want?
my favorite is the way they treated Sunboy when they found out he has powers. We're going, get out of here, loser. You don't have powers.
Oh,
You
this,
don't like
okay.
anymore.
The treatment of Sunboy made me cry with laughter. This is the most outrageous thing
Yeah,
ever.
you suck now, man. You know, you're a little nothing. A little ink
He never
spot.
liked him
You
anyway.
got
So
Yeah,
But he wears
So
his
anyways,
costume after he doesn't have his powers. But anyway,
right.
yeah. So the cover happens. They're like, Superboy, well, will you join me? Like in doing this thing, right? So,
You
they
guys
do it, but it's
join
not
me?
hurting him like it does in the cover, right? He's like, well, that didn't work.
right.
Right. So the cover made
Yeah.
it seem like they're hurting him and killing him. And
Yeah.
then they just try it and he's like, oh, it's not working. Okay. So
Yeah.
weird.
So Ultra Boy's power is called Flash Vision here. It wasn't called that before.
Yeah.
No, all of a
it
sudden
was
it's
called
not
like
Penetravision.
Impenetravision. Yeah.
Yeah,
Later it's going to be
Penetravision.
Penetravision again.
Yeah. Okay.
I
So,
don't know what the
anyways,
hell they were
they're like, you know what, Dirk Morgana, that's
Yeah.
your real name, for you are no longer Sunboy.
But
It
like
is
how he
my
doesn't look like
unhappy
he knows
duty.
his own real name. Go ahead.
Yeah, to tell you that we must expel you from our club. So they present him with his name tag and his action figure, and he's like,
Take your shit back, choke.
yeah, he's like, joke, like,
Loser.
They should have given him a cardboard box to say clear your desk.
You
Yeah.
no power having loser.
they're like, goodbye, son boy. Like, I'll miss you terribly, son boy. Not really.
They're
The
not-
Legion
they're
won't
not
be the
missing him
same
that
without
much.
you.
They're not missing that much. They kicked him out immediately.
So there's
like
two
how-
chokes and a
Two
sob
chokes
in
and a
this
sob.
Right,
page.
jokes and
Yeah.
sob.
So he was like,
You're the best friends a fellow ever had. Even though you're just kicking me out of my room, not going to help me with trying to get my powers back. Well, anyway. I
so he
understand.
has no other clothes, so he's just hanging out at home. Now I thought this was hilarious. So he has this this portal monitor thing, and then
Most unreliable.
yeah, so he's watching all the actions. Like, I can't help him and stuff, and yeah, they're trying to save a boat and everything. So then Bouncing Boy, I guess, knocks on his door. He's like, when you took the portal monitor from your locker, you must have forgotten it's the property of the Legion. He didn't forget shit. So
Right.
and he's like,
He
I've
stole
been sent to
Legion
take it
property.
back.
Yeah.
He's giving her the benefit of the doubt. And he's like, oh yeah, you must have forgotten that this is our property. So
Yeah. By the way, how are you doing, son boy? Are you okay after being kicked out of the league? No, it's like
Yeah.
he knocks on the door. It's like, give us our shit back. You stole one of
we
our
forgot to bring our
monitors.
shit back.
I
Why are you wearing
bounce
that
around and
costume?
I'm still in the Legion. So I don't know what your freaking problem is.
Why are you wearing that costume, boy? You're done.
Yeah. So, anyways, Craniac, the guy who spoke a lot in the beginning of this, he's in jail, and they're like, "Oh, some boy doesn't have powers. You must be thrilled. He's the guy who locked you up here." And he takes a pill that apparently makes you
Craniac.
like into gas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which should have been banned in the future. I don't know. They should plan for that contingency if they know the technology's there, right? So, anyways, in the next panel, he's like, "Okay, guys, we're back in business. Got a gang." So
Got new threads.
yep. So Sunboy's walking around, and then they shoot him with the fire missiles and stuff. And it's like, "Why don't you turn on your sun power and defeat me, Sunboy? Can't, eh? What a shame. I could finish it." And everyone's just rolling their eyes and just, I could finish you right now, but you're not going to get off that easy. I'm going to make you really suffer. I'll destroy your buddies, the Legion of Superheroes. How I'm going to accomplish it is my secret, but be assured of one thing: I won't fail. So, anyways, he goes and warns the Legion.
But why did he? If he wasn't going to kill Sunboy, why even shoot at him? Like, just show up and be like, "I'm going to
Because
go."
it looks cool. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
He's on the platform. He's like shooting. Is awesome. So Cosmic Boy doesn't ask him how he's doing either. He's just like, "Thanks for the warning." Like when he takes off. So
Cosmic Boy's very important, Sean. He has a lot of things on his mind. He can't be asking about everyone's feelings.
yeah.
It's
So-
like, I don't have time for this.
so-
Like, Bouncing Boy had no excuse. Bouncing Boy has nothing to do. You're
Yeah.
at his house. You could have asked him. Cosmic Boy has lots on his
That's
mind.
true. Yeah. So some boy is still in his costume. He won't give up. He's going to a planet with all sorts of monsters on it, Monster Planet, and he's looking for the Kryptonian Flame Beast, which I guess is on another planet other than Krypton. So
Right.
he goes there, and there's all sorts of goofy, awesome 50s, 60s like creature designs here. The Wicked, all different color. I love that. I love it. They should make like rubber erasers or something out of these guys. Are awesome.
I love erasers. I have a
Yeah,
spine
the old
eraser.
monster erasers and like the
Oh yeah.
dinosaurs and all that. So here's a Kryptonian flame beast, and his theory is like if it hits me with the flame, I won't be immolated. What will happen is I'll gain my powers, and
Yeah.
so he gets hit by the flames, and he gets his powers. And he's like, "Oh, well, that worked. The volcano didn't work. The frickin' the Superman Ultraman thing didn't work. The
Oh, it's all
Superboy Ultraman
explained.
thing."
It'll
Yeah.
be explained.
Yeah. We'll
So-
be explained.
He goes back and the what's the guy's name? Cronyak or whatever. I can't remember.
Craniac or
Craniac.
Craniac. What a name.
Craniac. I
Craniac.
just think of Tranya from Star Trek. But anyway,
Yeah.
Craniac tries to freeze all the rain, so it makes a big giant ice boulder that'll crush the clubhouse. And of course, some boy can like dissipate that with his sun
Right.
powers, and they're like, he's melting the freezeway projector down into slag. Like, the kid's got the kid's super again. So he's fighting these guys, and he's like burning them, and they're like, I'm sizzling, can't stand this. So he captures them and all that. And then the cops are like, good work, son boy, and Saturn Girl has been really emotional this whole thing. I don't know if like there's a thing here, but Saturn Girl's like, thank you so much for saving our lives, but how in the world did you ever get your lost superpowers back? So here's the explanation time, which is a trope in all these things. So he's like, after I warned you of Craniac's threat, I recalled that when I got my sun power momentarily, it was because of those fireflies that Professor Harding gave us. And I realized exposure to fireflies' radiance had momentarily recharged me, so I figured the heat energy of a living being could recharge me, right? I don't know how then Superboy's lasers couldn't do it, but whatever.
Oh, it's going to be explained.
Yeah. So, seeking out the flame beast, I provoked him into using the flame, and creature's heat blast made me Sunboy again. Oh yeah, it is explained. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Superboy and Ultra Boy failed to restore your power. So what the hell is that? And then he reveals their robots.
Okay, so this is like I was completely stunned. Like, not because
whenever you need something, get the robots out, man. It's like, yeah.
And it's like they've got tape decks in them and all that, and you're like, okay, so they were robots? Like, why?
Yeah. And he realized this when he was watching that portamonitor he stole, where Cosmic Boy was using his powers, and like Superboy and Ultraman were sort of drawn to him or something. They broke formation, and he's like, "Oh, it must be because they're robots, right?" So yeah, and then so they explained that they were back in time.
Yes, hold on.
Okay.
The chat can't keep up with this wonky.
Okay.
Okay, so hold on. We have to. There's a flashback to explain how he got his powers back. Within that, there's a flashback explanation to why the robots were there. Like, couldn't they just say that it didn't work and it would have to be a fire beast? Like, this was so convoluted. I'm like, okay. So now there's a flashback, and then why were they robots? Because they were doing something super, super important that was like more important than saving Sunboy and his power. That important thing was,
oh my god,
they gave Pete Ross a giant birthday cake. in the 50s or whatever it is. So.
Now I was hoping that Erica Eleniak from Under Siege would have popped out of that at least, but
yes. Yeah. And then they're like, and then Superboy's like, go to the superhero club meeting in the future and explain your robots, and sit in for us. Yeah, it is time travel though. Just go whenever you want, so right? Like,
right. And also, shouldn't the meeting, like, that's like me not showing up to the meeting and just having a cardboard cutout myself there. It's like, but it's important for me to show up to the meeting, isn't it? Like,
but so they couldn't explain that the robots couldn't explain.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
The robots could not explain that they were robots. This is the last explanation, right? And right. It's like Jerry Siegel's like trying to like unwrap everything in his head. He's like, oh crap, I gotta explain this too. So they couldn't explain that they're robots because they got caught in a big windstorm in time,
right?
And it messed up their tapes. So when they got there, they didn't remember that last bit of instruction from Superboy saying to explain that they are robots.
So that was the only thing that got damaged. That one line of code. Like,
oh boy,
this is fine.
Jerry, man.
Oh,
by a twist of fate. both of us had the part of our names damaged, which instructed us to reveal we were robots.
Right.
Legionnaires, now that he has regained his superpowers, shall we take Sunboy back into our club and give him back take back the action figure from him? And
Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
and he's like, Choke, being a Legion member is the greatest. And then that's it.
That's a good point. It's silly that the robots could fly through time like that. I mean, but okay, everything's silly about their time travel. So anyway, doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so it's like then the robots have to explain. Oh yeah, shit, we forgot we were robots.
Well, it's not much sillier than a guy who could stand and run sideways for a few seconds, like Ezra Miller, and end up going back in time. So there you go, or forward. So yeah,
man.
this is wow, this is hilarious. I love it. It's
It's so great.
Oh man,
God.
oh man.
And then I love that they're teaching you this eye trick as a kid, which you got so much goofy. It's like hold your hands and this trick, and then it's like, oh my god, there's like a hot dog. It's like there's like an extra finger. Oh, all right. Ooh, gosh. All
That
right.
was a Batman.
Batman.
There's a whole bunch of house ads. Awesome.
Love the house ads. I love the house ads.
Edelman, that's cool.
Yeah.
Whew.
Oh, these
Oh
ads.
no.
Oh, cool. Be gone.
Sunboy is back.
Not a Sunboy fan, are you? Should have done it as a poll. Like, who do you guys like, Sunboy or no?
Well, let's take a look at our poll. So currently, we have 8 votes. 25% call Matter Eater Lad weird. 12% call him lame. 50% call him awesome, and 12% call him okay.
There you go.
So,
I say awesome.
We had a couple of lames in there, which. All right, Clobby, you want to do this one?
Sure.
Let's close all these ads.
Of the Legion of Superheroes. Of course, this issue. Hang on a second. Let me get my of Adventure Comics. Adventure Comics number 303 with a great Kurt Swan George Klein cover. However, the Legion story is, of course, by the aforementioned team, Jerry Siegel and John Forte. All right, let's see. There's some notable thingies in this story. Did I get the right one? Oh, let me get the other. I'm sorry.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, all right.
Their plaques changed because in the last one, their plaques just had their names, but now the plaques have their power as well underneath.
Yeah, Super Lightning.
Oh, yes, which is weird. And of course, we get to meet. We've got the introduction of a new Legionnaire coming up.
Yeah.
The aforementioned. Well, you know who he is. Tenzel Kim for the planet Bismol. I guess.
And
planet Bismol, but okay.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, Chameleon Boy actually does something this time.
Yes,
I don't think
he's
he's
done
anything up to this point. So yeah,
he's very progressive. Chameleon Boy is very progressive in this.
Yeah,
right.
Very liberal. Yes. He's very liberal-minded in this one.
Indeed. So anyway, we open up with the Cosmic Boy is very concerned that there's a traitor in the Legion of Superheroes. A betrayer. Choke. We'll start out with a choke right away.
yeah, dude. We just started. Oh, right no.
We now distrust one another. Bum, bum, bum. You never guessed I didn't have the fantastic spy. He's not just a really good spy. Fantastic.
And, I was able to guess, though. Unfortunately, in this one, I was able to guess.
Yeah?
No, not exactly, but I'll tell you. I mean, I knew who was behind it, but not
the weird ass way it was done.
Hey, Bill.
Hey,
Bill.
I saw you were live streaming about the Flash, but I was just starting my own stream, so we'll catch up another time on it.
Yeah, it's good to see you there, Bill. So remember when we get to the end for the reveal, remind me again of this title, The Fantastic Spy.
Yeah.
And I have a reason to remind me that.
Yeah.
Comrades, Lightning Lad and Sunboy. Starts out, Lightning Lad and Sunboy were injured. They were in a rocket that had crash landed, and blah, blah, blah. They go to meet Dr. Alandro, and it's kind of funny. Look at again, this is this story, of course, is from 1962, right? a few years before a little show we call Star Trek, and
Right.
look at the. I know we're still technically talking about 21st century, and later it'll be the 30th. This doctor's operating on them with what's he calling it? 4D, fourth dimensional surgery, basically.
Yeah.
In other words, just like in Star Trek, when they don't open it, Hey, look, Lord Paul.
LT.
What's up, buddy?
Avon lives, long live the Legion. There's my
buddy.
Avon. There's my Avon picture for you, buddy.
Oh, damn you! I love it.
Love it.
You know how they don't in Star Trek they don't have to open anybody up.
No.
Right.
And in the Legion, this is years before Star Trek.
Oh wow.
As you know.
Wow, that's crazy.
He's using a technology that allows him to perform a surgery and fix people. Well, in this case, he's calling it fourth dimensional something or other. What do you call it?
Yeah, fourth dimensional, like some kind of
Jerry Siegel.
Yeah,
revolutionary. Yeah. I'm not saying he didn't find that somewhere else, mind you, but I'm just saying.
So it's like they're teleporting the healing capsule. Like it's like the surgical tool can go through a different dimension and then leave the capsule in your ankle, or I think it's his knee. The guy's knee is injured. The guy's ankle's injured.
A fancy way of putting it. Yeah. So the thing is, it's just like in Star Trek. McCoy said many times they don't open people up anymore. They don't cut people open really. Yeah. I mean, they can. But remember sitting on the edge forever when he was drunk and he was back in the 30s. He was saying he used to have to cut and sew people like garments, needles, and sutures. Now you have technology where you don't have to. Remember what he said in Trek 4? My God, man, drilling holes in his head isn't the answer. The artery must be repaired. So in other words, they use technology that way. So just thought I would point that out. Just a little nod to Jerry Siegel for his prescience.
Yes.
Awesome.
So anyway, we cut to our new member, Tenzo Kim from the planet Bismol, i.e. Matter Eater Lad, folks. Now, it turns out, they call him human, but he's Bismolian,
Right.
And he tells the planet that he's from. He demonstrates by eating a ray gun.
He eats a gun,
Yeah. You see, I come from the planet Bismol. Gradually, over a period of eons, microbes made all food there poisonous, just as gradually evolution transformed my race so we could eat anything without being harmed.
Okay. Time out for a second.
Yes.
Is Bismol a reference to Pepto-Bismol?
How could it not be?
I kept calling the planet Pepto-Bismol because I was like, God, it's like the man eats anything. He comes from the planet Bismol.
They should have called him Mikey.
I had to look it up. Pepto-Bismol was created in 1901. So,
wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's been around forever. When I was a kid, we had it all the time. It was a big deal. So it's a connection with indigestion and eating and all that stuff. So
yeah.
Wow.
Jerry Siegel just look at thought. Matter Eater Lad, best Legionnaire ever.
Yeah, screw Superboy. Superboy, you suck.
Hey, Superboy's the best.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah. And it gives this example that if there were ever he could eat his way out of there. Not forget the fact you got Cosmic Boy and Sun Boy in there. You wouldn't really need to eat your way out, but that's okay.
Can't Cosmic Boy just bend the bars? I don't want it. Wouldn't that be quicker than eating them? How fast does he eat?
And the thing
does he get full?
Right. And there's obviously later on, because you need to, all right, he looks like a normal human being, even though he's Bismolian, right? In other words, he looks like us. So, or, like human. His people look like human, I guess. So that means, and we know he eats any object. That means metal, steel, anything. That makes him pretty powerful. As silly as the eating might be, because, what happens to you or I if we try to bite the bars of those things? Our teeth will be destroyed. So this guy's got teeth that can, and for some reason, he can just eat any damn thing. So, silly or not, it is pretty powerful. It's just
no, it's crazy.
He is weird.
He ate a gun.
It's a cool idea. And I like that some of these guys are quirky like that, right?
Right.
I never understood if it was supposed to be funny or this is a brand new superhero, guys. I don't know, but it is an awesome idea.
Yeah, I think it was trying to be a little funny, but it also mean that. But Anyway, sworn in, the Science Police Commission has asked us to guard a shipment of energite, the universe's most valuable mineral. It'll be shipped from Venus in a craft disguised as an old damaged Sputnik.
Right.
They want 2 volunteers, and of course, Bouncing Boy and Lightning Lad. They don't have any kind of social life, so they said, "Yeah, we'll go." Kidding. I like them. This might be the first time they called them the Science Police, even though they call them the Commission.
Oh,
they were just calling them the cops. Yeah. So anyway, we have a story basically here where, so remember, right?
I got this creature thing here.
Yeah. What is it with if you go down a little bit there, he's talking about the mission, and later if you go down a little more, why are the Legion in silhouette here?
Yeah, so what's happened here is that like the plan, so somebody, okay, so the Legion got, the Space Police guys gave them that assignment and almost went wrong because someone had found out about it and tried to sabotage the mission. So they start to think that someone's either eavesdropping or something. So basically, Cosmic Boy plugs in this detector, which is supposed to detect like any kind of listening devices or foreign devices, and it doesn't detect anything. So his idea is that we're going to hold the meeting in the dark,
so no one can read our lips.
Yeah. So no one can see. Yeah.
And Fandy's right. Bisbalian stomachs are like nuclear piles. I mean, they can break down any matter or anything like that, which again, it's pretty incredible, really.
Like, what happens when he poops? Is it like molten or something?
I wouldn't think that they do. They probably just disperse the matter. It's basically, I'm not going to go any farther than that, but.
Oh, I definitely take that one. I wouldn't mind that power. It's
kind of awesome. It's like a black hole in their stomach. It just it dissipates into nothing, so they could eat anything.
They probably just release a little bit of energy. I'm not going to say the word,
Right. So they're having the meeting in silhouette so that no one can read their lips or whatever.
Chameleon Boy. First of all, this plan is harebrained. They're going to move a doomsday bomb on a public transportation Earth tube. These tubes that go through the middle of the Earth, with people on it and stuff for some reason. And to that end, they need Chameleon Boy, who finally gets to do something. These are the days before the famed Legion espionage squad, which he was the leader of for a while. And here's Reap Daggle. I'm a big fan of Reap Daggle. I love Chameleon Boy. So he changes into a chick, and he's going to be going there. Rock? Cosmic Boy actually gets a kick out of it and laughs. I promise, sweetheart. Whoa.
Chuckle. I promise, sweetheart.
Don't put on a lovey-dovey act to fool everyone, but don't overdo it, Buster, or pow. I promise, sweetheart. That's disturbing.
Couldn't they go father and son or brothers?
Yeah, why did it have to be it could have been anything. I mean,
like just go as his son or go as his brother. It's like, oh, we're brothers or sister.
Right. It could have been
mother.
Maybe he likes that sort of thing. I mean, we're not judging here.
Nope. Yeah, Chameleon Boy's looking pretty good here with his little number.
Damn,
He's got this little skimpy number there.
Yeah. Well, who's the blonde dude next to her?
That's Cosmic Boy.
He dressed up like that, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. They don't say that, do they?
Well, you could see him taking off the glasses and the hair here.
A wig, yeah.
Okay, all right, gotcha. All right, here's the silliest part for me. First of all, isn't that thrilling, darling? He's like, what are you calling darling? They're just so overselling it. When they go, this is the technology to have a thing that is a tube that shoots through the middle of the Earth to the molten Earth. And the way they survive it is
they freeze them.
They freeze themselves. They freeze themselves. Not the outer hull can take anything. They freaking freeze themselves. You got a guy
who Seagull science.
Yeah. Sean, good job. You've earned your pay.
I like it. That's well done, Sean. Nice.
Very good, Sean. We've got mortisized. We've got a mortisized cover.
Right.
And we've got
Seagull science. Man, you are fired. Here's the thing, Sean. You've got the inconsistency. Again, it's not evil. It's just funny. It's like, for example, you got really cool stuff like microsurgery, like Star Trek type, pre-Star Trek type microsurgery with machines. You've got a guy who can basically eat a car or a spaceship or a Wendy's, depending on what you want, and yet they don't have a
like a coating or
like
something,
something for that contraption that brings all those people to keep them safe from those. Well, then why would you ever go through the Earth if you don't have a machine capable of doing that, or whatever that tube is? But they freeze each other. It's stupid.
I mean, like, why don't you put that coating around the capsule and just go through that way? Like, it's so weird.
What about shield? It's hilarious. I mean, not a big deal. I just think it's funny. I mean, they got ships that can go through space.
Right.
Go through the core of the Earth. Anyway, so here we have Cecily. All right, so presently at a superhero club emergency meeting. Again, we've goofed an assignment. Oh yeah, because they screwed it up. Right?
Yeah, they screwed up again. Somebody sabotaged it.
Sabotaged it and stole the weapon of mass destruction or whatever.
Yeah.
And now we need to know why.
Yeah, they're wearing these helmets now to protect from mind reading.
Yeah, tinfoil hats.
Tinfoil hats, yeah.
Yeah.
Tinfoil hat, yeah. So here we go with that. We're basically we can now discuss our plans, secure the knowledge. They got a new mission that while we wear these helmets, our minds can't be read or controlled. Our mission involves Meglaro and the evil alien who exists on a brain. As a brain in a globe. Again, that's out cool. There. Star Trek, yeah.
A
supermind power. He tried to make Earth surrender by willing its buildings to crumble. However, an unexpected effect was the globe's fluid put him into a long sleep, and he was imprisoned. I love what they're planning to do to him.
Yes, this is
like,
great.
You know what? Screw this guy. What we're gonna do? We're gonna transport him
to the
billion, zillion, badrillion, bastillion, zillion AD.
Yeah,
right.
When our sun will be dying and its planets uninhabited, and we'll be able to harm. He'll be able to harm anyone. Then it says he'll be able to harm anyone. I think that means he will. Unable. Sorry, unable. Yeah. But he'll also die.
He's
dead.
Has rules against killing.
He'll just die slowly there. Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, we're gonna leave you to die, sucker. But they can't put him in like Takra and Galtos. They don't have that yet. That's the prison.
Or Phantom Zone. Can't put him in the Phantom Zone.
No, we're just gonna kill his ass in the future.
Yeah, this is outrageous.
Yeah, they just froze people just randomly. Why don't you just do that to him?
Yeah, Jerry, what in the hell, man? It's so un-Legion-like.
I can't believe it.
Do that. Ow, my ankle. What's his Sunboy's ankle's hurting. That won't mean anything, right?
No, no, it won't.
Release me, I, Meglaro. Meglaro, command you to release me. At least don't leave me in the future. There's nothing to read there. Damn it. There's no. I can't watch TV. There's no internet. So good thing we're wearing our mind helmets. Yeah, can you leave me some stuff like some, Anyway, yeah, an iPad maybe mine. Anyway, somehow it gets released. They get attacked by a flying saucer thingy.
Oh shit! Right, so it rescues him. It's a rescue mission.
Right, it's a rescue mission. He gets rescued by Choke. Meglaro is soaring up into this saucer. Only criminals would aid such a creature. No shit. Not the Mormon Tabernacle Choir or anything like that. Only criminals would. Makes sense to me, man.
Can they do anything here? Like, look, he's being shoot lightning. Do something like
all have powers.
Don't forget. Yeah, remember when Lex Luthor or Ulthor or Ulorth or whatever took their powers away? It's like, well, just punch him in the face. He's just a guy.
Exactly.
I took away your powers. Well, you didn't take away my physical ability to kick you in the nuts. Kick him in the nards.
Yes.
He's pointing. while you're pointing, why not shoot electricity?
Lightning at him.
Lightning or whatever, right?
Let him get away. Why would you let him get away? And I don't blame the guy, man. You're gonna kill him in the future.
Yeah.
They're murdering the guy.
Oh my god.
That was a villain. Just put him in wherever they put everybody else. It was so weird. It's so not out. I mean, the Legion code maybe hadn't been. I don't know. Maybe
they didn't have the code. Yeah. Hey Chris, how's it going, man?
Hey,
Chris's channel's great. Hit the link to his channel's in the description of this video, plus some other videos. Cool. Check him out.
Cool. So here we go, man. We got they jumped to the conclusion that there was a traitor again, and so there's definitely a traitorous informer among us, or the men in that saucer ship wouldn't have known we were going to wear Lurium mind helmets and have armed themselves with a X-ray. So I love it. What's it? Have you discovered anything suspicious by examining us with that probe viewer, Brainiac 5? No, but I'm sure the guilt detector will tell us who the double-crossing legionnaire is just as soon as I figure out a formula that will work on all our bodies. So basically, a guilt detector. It makes sense to me that they would have. You got lie detectors, now they have guilt detectors. Of course, bear that in mind, kids.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, it's him. Gasp.
So, what's his face? Matter Eater Lad says, psst, what if Brainiac 5 has turned renegade? Like the original Brainiac. What an awful thing to say. Matter Eater Lad.
Asshole.
What a jerkweed.
The new guy. Yeah.
Newbie, rookie.
Yeah.
Talking shit about Brainiac 5.
Yeah.
He's 5 times better than you.
Well, exactly. He is, and of course, he figures out the guilt detector reveals the traitor among us is Matter Eater Lad.
Gasp.
Gasp. Can we all say it, folks? Gasp.
Gasp.
Quick, he's eating his way out.
Why did he have to eat anything right there?
I don't know.
It's like, why is there a cage? Why is there like a cage in front of the Legion's thing?
Just to show that you can eat, you know.
But
it's like, oh, can't you open the freaking door? It's like, what did he say in Superman 2? Even with all this cumulative knowledge, what are these dummies going to learn how to use the doorknob?
Yeah.
But as the youth with the incredible appetite chomps his way to freedom, your lying accusation is untrue. Which most lying accusations are untrue, by the way.
Yeah, I guess they're lying.
If you're lying, there is in my opinion anyway, it's untrue.
Oh my god!
But I won't let you get me. Goodbye, Legion. You'll never see me again. I hate you all.
Yeah, you're all a-holes.
Yeah, they really are.
Sunboy should be like, I'm kind of with this Matter Eater Lad. You guys didn't treat me very well when I lost my powers.
Yeah, just last issue, these guys are treating me like dicks.
It's like, shut up, Sunboy. We're gonna kick your ass out too. Okay, no, I'm just joking. JK.
Now we've proved that Matter Eater Lad wasn't the spy. Proof he's guilty. If Matter Eater wasn't a spy, he'd have stayed here and proven his innocence. Choke.
Uh-oh.
We're washed up with the Science Police Commission, but good. What a rotten break. Just when we were about to handle the most important job of our career for the Science Police Commission, guarding the greatest treasures of the universe, which are being stored on the planet Umarax.
Yeah.
48 hours.
40 hours.
Yes.
Wow.
With Dick Nolte and Eddie Murphy. But now, now that the Legion is discredited, the Commission won't touch us with a 10-foot pole. This is Matter Eater Lad's fault. I think we should kill him. Put him in the future.
Put him in the future with that Megalor guy or whatever.
Yeah.
So I love that, like, no one else seems to be burned up about this except for him, because he's like, going after that traitor, I'll find him. And they're like, yeah, good hunting. And like, they're not going with them.
Yeah, I like how it's like too bad we lost the mission, and then he explains the mission that they're not going on.
Yeah.
Let me explain the mission I'm not going on.
Exactly. I'm going to drag his ass back to justice. Good hunting, Brainiac. He deserves
Yep.
punishment. That worm. He joined the Legion just to betray us. The rat.
Yeah.
Aren't you gonna join me? No.
Yeah. No. They'll let him handle it. But of course, as Brainiac 5 returns with Moderator Lad, so you were caught, you rotten spy. Wait till I get my hands on you, I'll burn your face off. Whoa there, don't harm Moderator Lad. He wasn't a traitor. In fact, no Legionnaire was. Bump, bump, bump.
Oh my God.
What? Okay, are we ready for our explanation?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Here we
Gather
go.
around, kids.
All right.
I'll explain. Sunboy, remember exclaiming that your ankle pained you while you were carrying Megloro to the time globe? That was the clue which started me on the trail of the real culprit. I forgot. I'm surprised they didn't put like a caption before it saying, I suppose you're all wondering why I've called you here tonight.
Right. Meanwhile.
Yes. Let's see here. Where were? Oh yeah. So anyway, he explains. He Koluan explains to everybody. When I returned to the clubhouse after the incident, I examined everyone through the probe viewer. Here's a magnified film of what I saw when I aimed it at your ankle, where the curative capsule had been inserted. See, inside the capsule is a tiny man.
Oh
Must
my
be
God.
really bored.
I bet you they gave him an iPad.
He's got a laptop. Looks like an iPad. Yeah, because he's got to be doing something in there, right? Operating a radio apparatus. A likely story. Get it? There was a spot. Man, that's a tiny little ass thing to be in there. But anyway, microscopic in size, obviously placed within Sunboy's injured ankle. Man, that had to be a rough ride too, man. You're just walking everywhere. By Dr.
Look how cramped he is.
Yeah, but look at this, cramped up and everything, man. He was getting paid
cozy.
big.
You know,
couldn't they make him a bit smaller so it'd be bigger? Like, couldn't it be like a room, like where he has like a chair and a toilet and like?
And here's where we harken back to the title of the story, The Fantastic Spy. Everyone remember the movie Fantastic Voyage from the Isaac Asimov story, Fantastic Voyage. I'm not saying it's related, but he is shrunk inside somebody's body.
Yep, I agree. Yep.
I'm just saying. I don't know why I'm bothered, but what the hell? But I thought it was worth mentioning. Not very worth it, but
There's a television camera to shrink you.
It's got a camera in there. Spies on his radio apparatus, blah, blah, blah. He placed a real curative capsule in Miney and put the fake one containing the spy in Sunboy's ankle. That's why I was cured, but Sunboy still suffers from some pain. Anyway, corrected as it. Well, so basically, everyone, it was a cute idea by Jerry.
You're right.
I was just whacked out. I'm just kind of weirded out by him like executing an alien by sending him into the future. That was just weird. But now hidden inside Sunboy's ankle, the tiny spy model. So basically, he wrote Moderator Lad a letter to tell him what's going on, so he would pretend, so he could blame him in pretense. Blah blah blah. He even made up the term. Thank God he made up guilt detector. By the way,
right.
I'm glad there's not really a guilt detector. So.
And Cosmic Boy's like, now we have proof. It's like, well, were you aware that there was no guilt detector? So, like, are you going to take that into account? Like,
so Superboy grabs the guys. And what else can you say? He gets, only the Legionnaires know that the planet Umrax contains a gaseous atmosphere that renders anyone who lands on that world unconscious. We discovered this recently. Superboy, of course, is invulnerable to everything except kryptonite. So basically, he goes and, Superboy goes and gathers up the criminals, right? Imagine that. I've been carrying a miniature spy around in my heel unknowingly. Gosh, it makes me feel like a Trojan horse. Anyway, they send him back for surgery and all is well. And they get the guy out of the capsule. And that's that.
And they can arrest him.
Well, that's all I got to say about that.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you go.
Some interesting twists to the story, I guess. Some crazy stuff in there. No Eben Hamilton stuff going on, but it was still,
Yeah.
it was Legion. I mean, it's still the Legion having something of a story. Give them some points for they're not worrying about somebody's like Supergirl's love life, or
Right.
they're not all like it's not really a story based in too much shock value, some twists, but not like everybody's being villainous.
Right.
And are being rude to each other, only except for like a little bit. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to the Edward Hamilton stuff.
Yeah.
Which will be coming up. So that the next one, next week will be 304, 305, 306.
By the way, I can't. That list we were using.
Yep.
They changed it when I went online. I had a link to it. They put. I can't get the old stuff. But I found one here. I'll send it to you. That has it. You can even see the covers. I think it's got the order right.
Nice.
Let me
send it through Twitter.
I'm sending it to you now on Twitter. Let me send it to you right now. It's a Comics Vine one, and I think this order is correct. It's got the whole.
Let's see.
Shebang on there in order and you can see the covers and stuff.
Oh, cool. Let me save that.
I'm using that one now because the other one I had, they did something to it where it chopped it in a half, and it's all later crap now, or it's all later. They moved it up. Its beginning point something like 1984 or something, and it doesn't go back past that anymore. At least all
right, so let's take a look where we're at here. So action, okay. So okay. So let me go to page 1. All right, so page 1, we have 290. We did that. 287, 289. I did that one. Okay, so we just did these 3. So the next ones there's 304, 305, 306.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I put it up there for you if you want to show it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, we just did 303. There's 304, 305, 306.
So that'll be the next one. That's easy.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. And I think 306 is Edmund. Let's see.
Yep. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Do you have those, Sean, on your collection?
Yeah, I got up to 310.
Okay.
So I'm pretty good.
Okay, so good. Well, that'll be easy.
Yeah. So anyway, that seems to be a nice, fairly accurate one as far as I can tell.
Okay.
So I hope so.
So then we'll stick with that one for now.
Yeah, that Superman 156 wasn't in this collection. It should have been because they factor into I get it's not a Legion story, but they factor into it a lot. So
it wasn't in this one.
It wasn't in my collection, like in this thing.
I mean, it's hard to it's hard to get it because those collections they can only put so many before they.
Yeah, I guess they figured because it's a long one, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying, but it was definitely on this list, though.
Yeah.
So This list seems pretty good because they didn't, for example, Last Days of Superman, and they didn't do 157, even though someone mentioned that you could. They didn't because it's just like one-page panel.
Right.
It's got shows Mon-El for a second. By the way, I went and checked it to make sure. And it shows Lightning Lad for a second, and that's it. So
yeah, I checked it also
in the story. Yeah, I always check them, but yeah. And now I don't have that old list to check anymore, so I have to go by this one now. I was right.
If someone was, I still have it. I downloaded it. Yeah, I can send it to you if you want it. I don't know how I can send it to you, but whatever. This one looks. I think this one looks
seems
good.
Solid, but if you've ever seen any discrepancies, just let me know.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. I think if you're gonna do Legion, I think almost if you collected from if you got Adventure Comics 300 and on, that's pretty damn good.
I do have a not so great copy of 300, but yeah, I hear you.
And
a few adventures here and there after that. Oh man, we're getting to some cool ones.
Yeah, I was just looking right now. So, well, we'll see what I can get. I've been trying to do the Superboys. I've got my Superboy box right at my feet here, and
Nice.
which includes Legion or whatever. So it's like the Legion Superboy stuff, and I'm leaning towards mostly just getting like Superman, Adventure, Action, Superboy. Like I've been leaning towards getting just mostly that stuff at these shows now because nobody's hunting those down.
Yeah.
I'm always alone. Like I'm not, right, Sean? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm trying to get all the Lexor issues and like you say, I mean, no one buys those. Even though there's a high price to some of them, you can haggle them down because they just want to get rid of them, right?
Yeah.
So,
oh, I haggled
it's sad, but I mean,
out
I
of
love Superman, but I want to see more demand. But it's good for us because they're there.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Well,
So, LT has a bunch of them too. He's filling in his gaps.
Yeah, you're feeling it nice. Yeah, so you've got Adventure. LT, you're not in Canada, right? He's not in Canada.
Is.
Oh, he is in Canada.
Wow.
Oh, I guess not in Toronto though. You don't go to that Toronto one because it's pretty.
I don't know if he's close to that. I think he's a little bit farther away from that one, but
yeah.
I found I found on eBay for about $700 or $800 a massive Superboy run, and I'm like, Ottawa. There you go. Okay, I could pull the trigger. I could do it, but the problem is that I don't want to do it through eBay, where it's like it doesn't show up, or you don't get it, or like I won't spend over like $100 on eBay just in case there's a screw up or something, and
Yeah, Comic Book Show is the best one, and that guy that we always go to will be there.
Yeah, he'll be
the whole like back
wall. Yeah,
nice.
But I've got to do some adventure and everything. So I've got my phone, which is perfect. I've got my list, and I've got even pictures, and I can I check them off as I get them. So that's pretty good. Yeah. But all right, well, I guess so. Clobberin, you're going on at your standard time at 10. I saw you're doing
an hour.
Your stuff.
I'm gonna do my own little kind of a, I guess, tribute to John Romita, the great John Romita, and some other things that are going on. Related to that in a sense in comics, but yeah, mostly John Romita. Yeah. So thanks for having me though. It's been so much fun as always. I look forward to this all week. It's great, man.
Me too. I think this is my favorite stream that I do.
I love it, man. I really enjoy it.
Yeah. So Sean, what are you
I'm preparing a bunch of videos around the further adventures of Indiana Jones. Not just because the movie's coming out, but it's awesome. It's an awesome series. It ran from 82 to 85 around there. I think cover date is 83 to 86. All of those adventures, as far as I can tell from research, are still canon to the movies. Lucasfilm never disavowed them. I think it's because Kathleen Kennedy just didn't care. But
who's that?
Somebody. But current Lucasfilm still acknowledges them as prior continuity. So cool. They're pretty great. They should have been the movies, but that didn't happen. I'll go through some of that. I love the way Marcus Brody is portrayed in those. He's more of an adventure guy, like a veteran of all this stuff. He's not the goof he was in the third movie, right? So, anyways, I'll be doing all of those. I'll name each video the adventure that it is. So it'll be really awesome. Yeah.
Awesome.
Excellent. I love it.
All right. So this Wednesday, Steve and I will be doing our wrestling talk. I'll probably be on Chris's channel in the beginning of that to show what we got for New Comic Book Day. And then also Thursday, Sean and I are doing Transformers, the Marvel Comics, issues number 3 and 4 with Spider-Man in issue number 3. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then 1 week from today, we're doing more Legion talk because it's the second month that we're on Earth B. So it'll still be Legion next week.
Second Monday is Earth B,
Second Monday is Earth B. All right, guys. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thanks
for your panel, by the way. I mean your poll.
Oh, my poll. Let's take a look at the poll. Sorry. Yeah. Let's look at the poll. Hold on. All right. Let's take a look one last time at the poll here. And we were at 55% say awesome, 18% say weird and okay, I guess, and only 9% say lame. So I think we won. He won. Matter Eater Lad is awesome. So that's great. Yeah, but all right, guys, thank you so much. I will see you next time.
All right, buddy.
Hey, friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived.
So make sure you like and subscribe